A sad dramatic story about a British woman whose body was found in her apartment 3 years after her death. The story revolves around when officials from the Housing Society in London discovered when they were trying to recover an apartment, for non-payment of rent for the corpse of a 38-year-old woman. After calling the police and forensic medicine, it was found that it was the body of a 38-year-old woman named Joyce Carol Vincent. The body of the woman was found sitting in front of the TV, who was still working on one BBC, and by examining the body, it was found that 24 months had passed since the death of December 2003, the date of death until its discovery in January 2006. Joyce Vincent British woman, born October 19, 1975, has resigned from her job in 2001, and has moved to a shelter for victims of domestic violence where contacts with her acquaintances and friends began around the same time to break. Perhaps the reason for the drop was due to the reason for the interruption was due to embarrassment about her condition and being subjected to violence by men more than once. Carol Vincent died without anyone noticing or feeling her death, and for more than 2 years her body was on the sofa of her apartment before her death. She died on the sofa in December of 2003 AD, without the knowledge of any of her family, friends, or co-workers, or even her neighbors, and her remains were discovered on January 25, 2006 AD. Joyce Vincent has been sitting like this since the date of her death until January 2006, sitting in front of her TV, which was still working, and her disappearance and non-payment of rent was the reason for discovering her death. It is believed that the cause of death was an asthma attack, a peptic ulcer, a heart attack, or a stroke. Hence, we say, "Oh humans, we must have mercy on our loved ones and relatives, connect with each other by visiting and by phone, and ask neighbors and relatives, and do not neglect our fathers and mothers, for they are the most worthy of care and attention." Based on that, I recommend not severing ties of kinship, and I recommend a neighbor, friend, and companion, and if Carol had found interest, she would not have died alone like this.